If you really want to make a room calm, making it fairly light and keeping all the parts and pieces of that room in the same color family tends to be a pretty soothing visual experience, said Eve Ashraft, an architectural color consultant in New York. Many people react well to really quiet soft grays, she said, while others prefer very pale blues. Colors that feel almost shadowy, she said. Mr. Wolf offered similar advice. I like paint that looks almost white when it's sunny, and as the day progresses, the color changes and becomes stronger, he said. When you look at the fun deck of colors, go to the lightest tonalities. It's about having just a hint of a color. Avoid shiny sheens. For walls with color that almost appears to dissolve in space, Mr. Schraft recommended a flat or matte sheen, two terms that are used interchangeably for the same finish for walls, and a slightly shinier, more durable eggshell or satin sheen on trim. For a client who wants a zen retreat, instead of changing the color between the woodwork and the walls, I'll make those two surfaces the same color, but I'll change the finish just a little, she said, just to give it a little tailoring while keeping it really simple. Paint the ceiling the same color in a flat sheen, she suggested, or choose a shade that is ever so slightly lighter than the walls. Go dark in smaller areas. Very dark paint can be highly effective in creating a cocooning environment in secondary rooms that are used primarily at night, such as bedrooms and media rooms. I've done it myself, Mr. Gibson said about his own bedroom. A dark navy blue feels very calming. A lot of people are surprised by how much they like a room like that, Miss Ashcraft said. I've had clients worry that it will feel too small. Often, the opposite is true. You get this cocoon or nest feeling, and people want to use the room more. Use wilder colors as hidden surprises. Designing a serene home doesn't mean you have to give up your favorite bright, saturated colors. Just be choosy about where you use them. Clodagh frequently uses her clients' favorite colors as surprises inside closets, cupboards, and drawers. I have one client with a daughter who loves shocking pink, she said. Even though her bedroom is designed to look peaceful, when she opens her closet, guess what color it is? Shocking pink. For other clients, she has made closet interiors acid yellow, she said, and the insides of kitchen drawers flaming orangey red. Seek out textural alternatives. Paint is the most common and least expensive way to finish walls, but a number of alternatives can add desirable textures. Mr. Dan and Clodagh sometimes use specialty matte plasters with integral colors from companies such as Portola Paints and Glazes and Domingue Architectural Finishes to give walls an earthy, hazy appearance. It has a little texture and a stone-like feel, which is very calming and serene, Mr. Dan said. While highly patterned wallpaper may not be ideal, Mr. Gibson said he often uses different types of grass cloth from Philip Jeffries to add a natural calming touch to bedrooms. They add texture to the walls, but don't seem jarring as you walk into the space, he said, and they come in all colors, including creams, pale blues, greens, and soft grays. Furniture and accessories. Focus on pleasing the senses rather than chasing the latest fashions. Prioritize comfort. It may seem obvious, but for a serene home, comfort is at least as important as aesthetics. When possible, it's helpful to try furniture out in person. I ask people to do a flop test, Clodagh said. Stand in front of the sofa, let yourself go, and flop onto it. Does it have open arms for you? Different people like different levels of cushioning. For instance, I like to have pillows that are soft, she said. I hate ones that bounce back and throw me out. However, some people may desire more support. If the sofa doesn't make you want to curl up for a nap right there in the showroom, move on until you find one that does. Use outdoor fabrics indoors. Having to worry about spilling drinks on your new lounge chairs is anything but serene. For worry-free upholstery, choose an outdoor fabric designed to resist stains and spears. Companies such as Perennials, Sunbrella, and Janus and Company are now making so many different options in so many pleasing textures that most people can no longer tell the difference from indoor-only fabrics. We have velvets, tweeds, chenille, said Mr. Wolf, who, like many designers now, routinely uses outdoor fabrics indoors. You can pour anything on them. They won't fade in the sun. You can wash them with soap and water. Focus on texture. Soft accessories such as pillows, throws, and rugs typically offer opportunities to bring in eye-catching colors and patterns capable of dazzling guests. For a more serene space, however, focus on adding a range of textures that feel good to touch instead. You want the room to have different materials, different weaves, different levels of softness, and maybe something like leather that has a smooth finish, Mr. Gibson said, to make the space interesting but not visually overwhelming. Do you dread getting out of bed in the morning? Perhaps spitting onto a luxuriously soft wool or silk rug would make all the difference, he suggested. Handmade products by international artisans can also work particularly well. Very often, I try to bring in an ethnic weave and multinational pieces, Clodagh said, noting that she collects fabric from Africa, Indonesia, and Tibet specifically for that purpose. When the wastebasket in a bathroom or home office is made from unsightly plastic or metal, another one of her favorite tricks is to hide it within a larger handmade wood or ceramic vessel. It's an art piece that's a container of possibility, she said. Tenir compte du son. Au-delà de ce que les objets projettent comme image, au-delà de leur apparence et de leur manière de fonctionner, il faut faire attention à leur son. Si si la porte de votre chambre craque, si la porte de votre chambre grince, il faut ajuster et lubrifier là où il faut pour éviter ces dérangements quotidiens. S'il n'est pas sur le parquet, juste en dehors de la chambre à coucher, vous dérange la nuit, ben mettez un tapis. Si vos casseroles et vos poêles à frire n'arrêtent pas de s'entrechoquer chaque fois que vous enlevez un du tiroir, ben, mettez des séparateurs. Le but est d'éliminer ou au moins d'adoucir les dérangements sonores. En même temps, recherchez les opportunités, les occasions d'ajouter des sons que vous aimez bien. Si vous aimez la musique, installez des haut-parleurs sans fil dans chaque chambre, comme ceux de Sonos, pour un home audio complet. Si vous aimez bien le son le doux son de l'eau qui coule, peut-être que c'est le moment d'installer une fontaine d'eau euh, dans le mobilier. Donc n'oubliez pas l'odeur. Les parfums d'intérieur ne sont pas pour tout le monde, mais ils peuvent aussi aider pour mettre l'ambiance correcte quand vous trouvez, à condition de trouver les parfums qui vous plaisent. Ce n'est pas pour rien d'ailleurs que les hôtels et les appartements de grand luxe ont l'habitude de parfumer l'air. Il y a une multitude de manières d'apporter les parfums préférés dans un espace. Entre autres des chandelles, des sprays, des diffuseurs, euh, des, 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 des encenseurs et autres, et même des diffuseurs élaborés, plus élaborés, assez puissants, combinés avec de la lumière qu'il faut et les couleurs et textures qui conviennent. Un parfum préféré peut être la cerise sur le gâteau pour atteindre l'environnement relaxant qui vous poussera à la détente à la fin de la journée. Quand je rentre à la maison, euh, je baisse les lumières euh, et je me mets avec les lampes dans les coins, de la lampe dans le coin et la lumière de lecture. Et je sens immédiatement la différence. C'est ce que nous dit Claudia. J'ai une petite fontaine d'eau dans le coin qui laisse un son assez reposant, qui laisse échapper un son reposant et je mets j'ai ma chandelle qui est faite en bois de sandal et qui me permet de me sentir à la maison. C'est ce qu'elle nous confie. Si je ne m'adresse pas à tous les sens, je ne vais pas me sentir aussi bien. Okay, so that was towards the end. I thought it would be a good idea to read it into French, and I should probably have started that exercise much earlier in the video. There will be more to come, so no worries.